All right, so my phone decided to blow up right in the middle of that video. No, I mean, actually, just someone got a phone call, and it actually just stopped it and kind of ruined the video. So anyway, but talking about the slide cuts and the tapered, okay, makes it a little easier to reholster. It is a relatively thick gun, okay, that is the downside. You know, again, the slide is about as thick as a Glock, 19. You know, it's a relatively thick slide like a Glock, but it does have these little, decockers that hang off the side, make it a little bit thicker. But the grip is actually a little bit smaller than the Glocks. So, it's kind of a tie as far as trade-off, as far as concealability goes. I think the Glock's actually a little more concealable, to be honest with you. But very, very close. Very, very close. Other things I like about this real quick here, and I'm going to get done with this because I got to get some stuff done today. But steel sights. Steel sights, big win. Really nice big win there. They are windage adjustable. The front sight is also steel. It is again, screws in, so you can replace it with something different if you so choose. And then, they're glow in the dark. I don't know if I can show you that or not, but, they actually do shine up pretty nice and bright. So let's walk down here and get into a darker spot where we can see them. We're going to go into the darkest room in the house. And we'll see if we can't see them here a little bit. Again, sorry for the low light there, but again, maybe you can see them. Maybe the camera's just not focusing up good enough. I did it earlier, and it was actually pretty decent. It was actually here in the hallway, a little bit of shadow. So maybe I'm going to try that again here, so you can see them again. But again, see if you can see them. So, but there's a front one there. They do glow, and they actually glow pretty brightly. It's just really hard to tell on my phone. A couple nice other features that I've been really happy with this gun. I noticed you're going to say, hey, it does not have a lot of wear. It actually has quite a bit of wear on it. It just has held up really, really well. I've done a lot of shooting with it. I've only recently started doing more tactical kind of shooting with it. So it's getting a little bit more scratches and dings and dents. But you'll notice the finish has held up really, really well. It has gotten quite a few holster draws, quite a bit out of a Kydex style holster. And you will notice that just at the front end a little bit, starting to get some wear on the slide right there. The sight, of course, has some wear on it from in and out of the holster, quite a bit. By my best guess, I would say this gun has about 1,000 rounds through it. Okay, you will notice that it's starting to show some wear on the grips. It has not really decreased the grip there, but again, that's just from being, up against my body, in and out of doorways, things like that. So this side right here is not quite as worn, but again, it's got a few nicks on it in there, and it goes banging into things. This side's got some more, but again, 1,000 rounds. Some of it pretty hard to use now. In and out of the dirt, up and down, scraping along, that kind of stuff. It's held up really well. Interchangeable back straps, comes with 3. I'll leave the medium one on. That's most comfortable for my hand. I'm sure for other people it might work better. It is a booger to get in and out. I tried to do it once, and I was able to do it. And I did it back to the original one again, and I'll never take them out again. That's a pain in the ass. Sorry, excuse my language, but it is a pain in the ass. Takedown on this gun, really, really simple, okay? So basically, kind of like a la Glock, all right? So it's got to be cocked, okay? And then basically what you do is, if I can get it to do it and hold the gun at the same time, you'll see these little witness marks, right? This is awful. Sorry, guys. Hopefully I'm not making you guys seasick. There's 2 little witness marks. And you have to line those up. See, I line those up, and then you would push this pin out, okay? And once that pin comes out, it just falls apart, okay? And, I do sometimes usually need to use like the tip of the magazine to push that. It's a little resistant to come out. Let's just push that pin out, and everything comes apart. And then after that, it is a normal modern handgun. The slide and slide, I talked about that. The frame and slide, the slide and frame, haha. Fit is great. Literally, again, this has got 1,000 rounds through it, and no wiggle. The only wiggle you're hearing right now is the magazine catch. See, I just hit that and it stopped making that noise. There's no magazine in it, but it's not. It ain't a 1911, boys. Okay. I know some of you guys are gonna get pissed about that, but they do tend to rattle. And the really reliable ones should rattle. It's the ones that are really designed for target shooting that are really, really tight. And they don't tend to be as reliable. Anyway, so iron sights, glow in the dark, nice fit and finish, 1911-ish grip angle, very CZ-like. The trigger guard, I told you earlier, I like the squared off front. I think that makes for a nice rest, especially, you know, again, if you're having to shoot off of a barricade or something like that, it makes a very nice place to put the gun. Very stable, and it's got a little bit of ridging on there. There's people who like to hold from there still. I am not one of them. I tend to be a thumb high hold. And then, you know, the other thing I really like that my Glocks aggravate the crud out of me is this trigger guard is awesome. Okay, first and foremost, it is cut really high into the gun. Okay, that makes getting a full 3-finger grip with large hands very possible to do, very easy to do. Okay, the other thing is that undercut and the thinness of this does not hurt my finger. And it's not that you guys cared, but at one point in time I had to have a little finger surgery, and there's a little bit of scar tissue that sits right on top of a nerve. And so on the Glocks, with a thicker frame and it's cut a little lower, it really pushes on that, and it hurts. Simple. So when I picked this up and I was able to get that really nice grip high hold on it and not hurt my hand, I was ecstatic. And that's part of the reason why I bought the darn thing. It just felt so good in my hand. Again, it is decocker. Decocker is very easy to use. You know, I have run the gun wet, I have run the gun dry. It seems to be reliable until it gets filled with sand. And then I was still able to make it work. It just was not as happy about it. Again, the grip panels are great. The ergos are great. The trigger, you know, it's the Omega trigger system. I think CZ could do a little bit more work with this just to smooth it up a little bit and crisp up the break on it. Definitely usable though, especially, you know, if you're trying to get really good accurate hits. The single action function of it is absolutely good. But you can see, I mean, again, you see my finger came off. It's white underneath there when I'm trying to pull it back into double action. Okay, so that's double action, and you can see how hard that's pressing into my finger. And that's a pretty good hefty pull, you know. But in the single action, it's absolutely wonderful. And again, I like this, you know. God forbid I ever end up in a situation where I need to use it. You know, you have to be really screwed up to pull that trigger on accident. So that's one of those things I kind of like that. Anyway, slide release is excellent. You know, the decocker works fantastic. The hammer doesn't pinch, bite. It's got a nice beaver tail, really high cut. Really fits the back of my larger hand quite well. Again, you know, I got large hands, and you know, sometimes these mid-sized guns don't fit it real well. You know, it's got the 1913 rail. Do I ever use that? No. This is my carry gun, so I don't put a flashlight on or anything like that. I've got another weapon that I have a flashlight on that is a bedside gun. Okay, so don't worry about that. I do have guns with lights. I just don't like to carry guns with lights. It makes it hard to find holsters for. This thing's already hard to find holsters for. Okay, but it is a very good gun. I would highly recommend it. Don't use the extended magazine plates. They suck, and I think they're dangerous. So, anyway, I'm going to post this up, and I hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks.